entered the Manchester's and the Tongji Shabade, and Perimatima Tangu Yombare, and the Disalia, the Dus, and the public Dus, Kamisha, Kugochumba, Shakauchum, Nshag, Sijil, Tushishu.
This is my first visit to this great city of Manchester, and it is a great pleasure for me to have this opportunity to be with you here and to speak to you. So I would like to express my deep appreciation for all of those who have been concerned in making this possible.
And the other Tajinang, Samalova, Tuyun Rumbuchin Alalia, Tapage, Kaso Tajinanche, and a Kunim Chunyare, and a mix it to Shishuni.
I would also like to take this opportunity to express my thanks particularly to all those organizers who have put tremendous efforts for a long period of time so that we could all have this opportunity here today.
And I
would also like to express my appreciation for the public who have gathered here and who are participating in this talk with interest.
Now, I will try to speak through my broken English in order to save time and also, I think, to communicate directly. But at the beginning, I want to sort of to warn to you. You see, my English very poor. Is as a word very limited. So therefore, sometimes there is danger you might get. I think the different understanding or different meaning due to I think the wrong use word. So that I would like to say. And then another thing, I think quite a number of people come here with some expectation. But then I have nothing to offer to you. Nothing is special message or something. Simply, share some of my own experience. So I think some of you may find some new ideas and could adopt your daily life. And some I may not find any interest. Then doesn't matter, just leave it. It's no problem. Now the topic.
The main theme of my talk here this evening is compassion, and speaking about compassion as the basis for human happiness.
Now, obviously, every human being, I think by innate, there is feeling of I. That's right. We can't explain why that feeling there. But there is that kind of feeling. And with that feeling, a desire for happiness and desire overcome suffering. That also very right one. We have right to achieve happiness, maximum happiness. And also we have right to overcome suffering. With that motivation, I think, whole human history, develop on that basis. And not only human being, but even I think the tiny insect also have that feeling from the Buddhist viewpoint. So because of that, according to their own capacity, trying to gain some happiness and try to avoid some, unhappy situation. So, so now, human being, some, I think, different, major differences from other species of mammal. That is human intelligence. So certainly, because of human intelligence, I think we have much more advanced way.
Developed capacity.
More capacity, and we can think much more, long period or long future we can think, and also our memory is quite capable or quite strong. We can, remember many years, and also with help of oral transmission as well as written. We can remind the many centuries, and through scientific now the analytical method, we can examine millions years ago. So human intelligence is very smart. But at the same time, because of that very fact, we also have more sort of doubt or suspicion, that kind of and with that more fear. Perhaps the imagination fear much more than animal. And also it is, as a matter of fact, the many conflict within human family or within one's own family or within one's own community, not alone,
let alone the conflicts that you find between nations.
Within one community, within one family, even within one single person. Because of that intelligence, you get a lot of different ideas, different views, and as a result, conflict, contradictions. So that also creates sometimes unhappy mental state. So human intelligence, one way, very smart, very great, but one way human intelligence is another source of human misery, trouble. And again, at the same time, human intelligence is the ultimate factor to overcome all these differences, all these conflicts. Now here, what is one, and therefore from that viewpoint, out of all different species of mammal on this planet, human being is, most troublemaker. That's also clear. So imagine if, no longer any human being on this planet, then planet itself maybe become more safer. And certainly, the millions of fish, chicken, these, small, animals, then get some kind of, genuine liberation. So now the question is, the question or the important thing is, that is a human intelligence. This is a marvelous thing. Must be utilized in constructive way. Now, that's the key factor. And if we utilize that capacity in proper way, that not only a human being becomes something less harmful to planet, but also the individual human being themselves get more happy, mental state. So things are within our own hand. Whether we utilize the human intelligence in the right way or wrong way, that's up to us. Nobody can control, or nobody can impose way.
Nobody can impose.
Can impose. So now, in order to utilize the human intelligence or human capacity more constructive way, first we need awareness about that kind of nature, and on that basis, will or determination. Then there is a real possibility to transform human
heart. No?
A human heart. Yes. So now here, that's I think the basic situation. Now on that basis, today I'm going to speak more on the regarding how to become a happy human being, individual basis. Because I believe individual is the key factor. Any change, any movement in the human community, the initiative must come from individual. So if the individual human being, eventually be a nice person, calm person, peaceful person, then it automatically bring some kind of positive atmosphere, and you have a happy family. Once two-parent, be a warm-hearted and peaceful and calm person, then they are all children. Eventually, generally speaking, also get that kind of, also grow that kind of behavior. So therefore, I think the individual, the happy individual human being is very important. Now our attitude, such manner that troubles mainly come from outside. So try to eliminate the existence of the trouble surrounding you. I think that's one-sided view. Of course, it's the environment, the surrounding situation. Also, very important factor for one's own happy or unhappy mental state. But the more important other side is one's own mental attitude. Now, the surrounding situation may not be so friendly, even more hostile. But if your own inner mental attitude have the right kind of mental attitude, then the surrounding situation may not be so disturbed, right?
May not disturb.
May not so disturb your inner peace. So on the other hand, if the inner mental quality or mental attitude not that kind of the right one, then even that person is surrounded by good friends and best facilities, that person cannot be a happy person or peaceful person. Right?
Not a happy person.
Or a happy person. So therefore, obviously, the mental factor is more important than outside surrounding.
External conditions.
External conditions. So generally, I believe, maybe wrong, it seems to me you see, many area, people, you see, concern more about, you see, the external conditions and neglect about internal, you see, factor. So now here, you see, my, you see, the suggestion is, let us pay more attention about our inner quality. Now here, you see, according to my own little experience, the most important factor for mental peace is, I believe, of course there are some other factors, some other qualities, right?
Yes.
But I think one of the very important factor is human compassion, affection, sense of caring. You see, now compassion, I think, let me explain what is the meaning of compassion. Compassion, or love or compassion, is usually, you see, we get usually the concept about the compassion or love is something, closeness feeling towards your friend or something. And also sometimes the compassion means something, feeling of pityness. That's wrong. The compassion or love and compassion, which is something look down other, that's not genuine compassion. Genuine compassion must be, you see, I think on the basis of respect other, and realize or recognition that others also, just like myself, have the right, be happy, overcome suffering. Yet some suffering there. So you see, on that basis, she should develop some kind of genuine concern, sense of concern. So you see, there is no,
so that way of relating to others in a compassionate way does not have the element of looking down upon the object of your feeling.
Then the closeness feeling towards one's own friend, that usually more like attachment rather than compassion. So you see, genuine compassion is unbiased, should be unbiased. You see, closeness feeling towards one's own friend, that is only partial, only towards one's own friend, not towards your enemy or those unknown people. Usually you remain indifferent. Indifference is right. Indifferent. So that is, you see, that kind of closeness feeling is partial or biased. So you see, the genuine compassion is, as I mentioned before, on the basis of recognition that others also, just like myself, you see, have the right to overcome suffering. So on that basis, including your enemy, same situation, same human being, also has the same right. On that basis, you see, develop a genuine sense of concern. That's compassion. So you see, that's unbiased. Even towards, so irrespective what the person's or group of the people's attitude towards you, whether hostile, whether friendly, that is something different. But so long as these also see sentient being, human being, just like myself, have the right to overcome suffering, on that basis develop sense of concern. That is genuine compassion. So you see that compassion, there you see one aspect of that compassion also you see have some kind of a sense of caring responsibility, sense of responsibility. So that strengthens the story. So you see, once you see that, you see the motivation or that kind of sense of feeling, right? Feeling. That kind of motivation or that kind of feeling is once developed here. It automatically strengthens our sort of self-confidence. You see, it increases confidence. That automatically reduces fear. And that will act as a basis of determination. So you see, success must depend on determination. Right from the beginning, no matter how difficult is the work or the task, if you're really determined, even one time fail, second time fail, third time fail, doesn't matter. You see, your aim very clear and continue effort. So therefore, you see, determination is, with optimistic attitude, and determination is the key factor for success. So the compassion bring us some kind of inner strength. Then also you see compassion. Once you see compassion is developed here, then almost like you see it open automatically our inner door. And through that door we can communicate with other fellow human beings or also other sentient beings without much, you see, the uneasiness feeling. You can communicate easily, heart to heart. If you see the otherwise way. On the other hand, if some kind of hatred feeling, ill feeling towards other here, then because of your own mental attitude, that person certainly feel, or other person also have that kind of similar feeling towards me. So as a result, it's a suspicion, fear, and automatically, you see, distance from other, and difficult to communicate with other. So result, you feel loneliness, you are isolated. And mental, I think mainly due to mental imagination, that person really, you feel, all the people, or member of the community, are looking on you something negatively because of your own feeling. Maybe one or two may have that kind of negative feeling, but certainly it's not all the member of the community. But you see, and also, if you yourself, you see, here kept some, negative feeling, meantime, expect some friendly manner from other. That's illogical. You see, if you want more friendly atmosphere, first you must create the basis. Whether others' response will be positive or negative, first you must create some kind of ground. Then if the others' response still is negative, then you have right to act accordingly. So you see, first we must create the possibility to react friendly manner. So usually I do like that. Whenever I met some new person, I truly feel no need for introduction. That's it is obviously another human being. That's no. You see, on the face not robot. Right? Not a robot. Maybe in the future I may go there, robot.
Maybe sometime in the future, because of the technological advances, I could be confused for a robot to be a human being.
whether this is robot or this is real human being, then maybe may have some kind of confusion. But at least I think up to now, no need introduction. Oh, something moving, something smile, something teeth or eyes, that's a human being. So you see, then on that basis, you see the emotion level, same. The basically physical level also same, except color. Usually we call the Westerner yellow hair. So you see, it doesn't matter. Yellow hair, blue hair, white hair, doesn't matter. You see, the important thing is emotional level. Same, yeah, same. So you see, with that sort of conviction or with that kind of belief, you see, I feel, you see, another human brother, now come here. Yes, just I, you see, spontaneous sort of approach. Then most cases, they immediately, the others respond also accordingly. You see, immediately become friend. Sometimes, you see, fail. Then I have liberty to react according to circumstances. If the other side is not that kind of spontaneous response, and still remains some kind of suspicion or some kind of sarcastic attitude, then of course the plenty of time or plenty of occasion is whether I should react what kind of manner. So doesn't matter, isn't it? So therefore, they basically our way of approach to other, I think should be that kind of open and consider or recognize as another human being. Nothing much differences. So